I absolutely love this vibe, and every street you walk onto is so beautifully decorated.
I love the Christmas market that starts popping up like everywhere. Merry Christmas, everybody!
Hello and welcome to Out of Britain with me, Radhika Iyer. London is a city that really knows how to sparkle at this time of the year, especially around Christmas. From the timeless beauty and charm of Covent Garden to the elegance of Regent Street to, of course, the buzz of Carnaby Street, Bond Street, several other locations such as Harrods and many such important Christmas markets, which really light up squares, landmarks, iconic locations. People light a billion lights just outside their homes, in different streets, markets, shops. Just everyone is out and about celebrating and coming together. The decorations around London when the festive lights come on, it's not just decorations, but it's a tradition which brings people out of home and keeps them together and keeps them happy even as temperatures dip. This episode of Out of Britain is going to be truly special as I take you around the dazzling spots of London's best picks. But it's not through just my eyes, it's through the eyes of several famous London digital content creators who share their best picks of locales, of food, of just the fun-loving destinations that you should be at across London, and just bringing you the best of everything that sparkles, bringing together celebration, history, cheer, cinnamon, hot chocolate, and all those lovely Christmassy things. London is for everybody, they say, and there's space for everybody, which is so true. And I thrive on conversations, as you know. With me are, is it fair to say we are friends by now? Yeah, we got to know each other. We've known each other for half an hour. I think it's fair to say we are friends. I've managed to connect on Instagram with influencers such as Ananya Sharma. Hi Ananya, what's your profile called again?
At ananya.png.
At ananya.png, and supported by her partner, gets dragged along to different cool places. Happily dragged along. And there's Ankita and Aman, a couple who host supper clubs in their home in London. What is your supper club or the Insta profile called?
We are called the Boozy Club. We are all about some bougie and fun content and food. Yeah.
For all you naughty people, boozy is not B-O-O-Z-Y. It's B-O-U-Z-I.
Yeah.
B-O-U-Z-I. And there's booze on your parties as well?
No. Only if you like it.
Only if you like
something
it.
Fun out of it.
Yeah. Only if you like it, and only if Ankita and Aman are in a mood to do it. So you guys host supper clubs, and we are coming to you from this absolutely gorgeous, one of my favorite spots in London, Covent Garden. And what looks like a head cap is actually a Christmas tree. It's gorgeous. I don't know if the pictures and the videos are doing justice, but it's gorgeous with the red and gold. There's crowd. It's a mid-week, mid-day sort of a slot, and you can see how many people there are out here in Covent Garden eating food, meeting friends, having a good time, because life generally slows down at this time of the year, which is, thank God it does. So Ananya, how long have you been in London, and what's London feeling like at this moment now?
I've been in London for about 2 years, and December is usually the time when it gets too cold for us to even exist potentially. But now with all the lights and the food and everyone coming together, London just becomes so beautiful. And I find myself, slipping into the pits of depression around this time. But seeing everyone out on the street, so many tourists and all the bright lights, it just helps me pull myself back up. So yeah, I love London around this time.
True, I know. Me too. And those are the moments of low when you go for that hot chocolate with cinnamon sprinkled on top, and then you feel Yeah, life is not so bad. It's fine. It's fine. Ankita, let's go to the ladies first. Sorry, I'm not biased at all.
That's okay. Oh,
London right now, how is it feeling like?
I absolutely love this vibe. Everybody from all over the world come to this place
Yeah.
expecting something nice and charming and something magical. And every street you walk onto is so beautifully decorated that you want to click every picture.
Yeah. Okay. Quickly, favorite Christmas spots around London. I'll go first. Covent Garden.
I have to say Newborn Street just because there's always something new every year. Last year was fantastic and so was this year. So I'll say Newborn Street.
Okay.
I think London Bridge is really
Yeah.
beautiful. There's a beautiful market there along the river. So
Yeah. The wooden chalet and
That's right,
looking
yeah.
overlooking Thames. Yeah. Okay.
I think I like South Bank and some parts of Canary Wharf, which are very beautifully decorated and very not so similar to what happens in central London.
Yeah.
They have a different aesthetic vibe in that part. So yeah.
Okay. Great.
This is something I liked when I came here the first year, and I still like it. Those are the Oxford street lights. I really love them. Even though it's like extremely crowded, but just walking across the street and seeing those beautiful lights, kind of warms you up on the inside.
Yeah, it does. It warms you up. It's in the cold weather, it does warm you up. It is crowded. But I'm glad you said it because that is actually, look at London now, look at me, sort of an image. Travel to Yorkshire, and I'm going to get you images of Yorkshire and Christmas during Yorkshire in just a bit. But in this book we read that chosen family is real family. Is that what you guys feel like when you're here and you feel like, oh, I have someone that I can hold on to, share a cup of tea with or hot chocolate in weather like that?
Oh yeah, very much so. I mean, Christmas, I come from a culture where Christmas isn't very much, I mean, it's just a marketing holiday for the most part. But when I came here and the Christmas spirit really seeps into you. And when I see like people going back home or coming to London to see family, like, it makes me yearn for that, warmth as well. So we have in the past 2 years made up our own traditions and, hosting our own Christmas dinners. Just last night I was at a girls' which is a bunch of us girlfriends got together to have dinner. And of course our Christmas dinner looks a lot different than everyone else's. We don't have the ham or the pigs in the blanket, but we have our own things that we have always liked, just like food from back home. So yeah,
Give me names.
what did we have
Please tell
recently?
me samosa was in the menu.
Samosa was definitely on the menu and multiple different kinds of samosa. So you'll be happy to hear
Sounds like a
that.
good party then.
Yeah, we just had like a little thing at home where we had a bunch of hot filter coffee, which is something you will never find anywhere in London. So just things like that.
The South Indian nod that was.
The South Indian, yeah, exactly. And we're looking forward to hopefully making some dosa, idli, vada on Christmas morning. Yeah, let's see.
I love it. Only the Indians know how to cook a delicious meal during Christmas.
And not a baked one. Yeah.
No.
Not-
We like the ghee. We love the ghee. You actually prompted me to something very interesting, which is to have friends come over, cook a meal. It's such a big deal.
Yeah.
Because unlike in India where, I'll tell you honestly, whenever we had 3 or 4 weeks of holidays during December time, I never traveled to India in my early years here because it was so expensive to travel at this time. Now even more so. But now it's a choice not to travel because you just get so used to the vibe. You just can't miss the get-togethers that happen at this time of the year. So what have you done which you're extremely proud of during Christmas time with friends?
I believe festivals feel like festivals when they are with the family, and family is what you make out of with whatever friends you have.
Yeah.
Right? So if what I have to do for Christmas is just getting in all the people together that I know of, and I don't want them to cook, I will cook. They just should.
Can I be your friend?
Yes, please.
Can I be
I
your
am
friend?
officially inviting you all for my supper club. So yes, please. Everybody sits together, has a lot of food and anything and everything they like, and have been yearning for the entire year. Oh my God, I'm gonna eat this when I go back to India. Things like that, because these are the
Give us examples.
Something like maybe Chinese bhel or something people have not eaten for a very long time, or maybe something like paddu or paniyarams people have not eaten. And I love a good param puri.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah, so things like anything and everything crazy people think about.
Traditional.
Anything I would love to make for them.
Yeah.
But yeah, so our vibe is just getting everybody together, creating great feast, and does not have to be all big or panettone cakes. It can be a mountain of idli tar. I would love to make it.
Christmassy things to do. Are you the Broadway types? Would you like to watch a show, or are you the guys who like to sit at home, do the chai, do the pakoras, get the Netflix on? Netflix.
I think a combination of both. For me, it's less of a Broadway and more like I love the Christmas market that starts popping up like everywhere. So especially when I came here quite recently, it was just 1 year down the line. I was feeling cold in November. Okay, I was feeling for the next 6 months or 3 months, it's going to be dark, it's going to be cold, I'm going to hate it. But once I started going around the Christmas market, especially with my friends, you go on a spot, you eat something that you have never tried. So churros is something I've never tried before I moved there. So I ate churros, that was like a new universe that kind of opened up to me. So it was fun. Then I tried out mulled wine. So last year I think we cooked mulled wine for 6 or 5 hours that you created.
7 liters of mulled wine for 6 hours, reducing all the masalas and the spices with the orange peel. And it was really good. We had to make another batch of it. So yeah.
We were 6, 7 or 8 people. We drank everything and then we started nostalging about our India, about how we grew up, how amazing it is to actually live.
It's all the games that you play and all the movies you watch in line from 24th of December to 26th morning, and all the wines that you drink. And that's all.
Sounds like a good life. Sounds like an excellent life. The Desi mulled wine was something that I saw on a menu this morning as well. Ananya, your favorite finds during this season could be Indian, could be beyond the Indian menu.
Now that you've said Indian, Dishoom does wonderful menu items during Christmas. I know they recently did like an Indian style roast. So always worth checking out Indian restaurants, because they always have something seasonal going on around Christmas time, because they don't want to miss out on the fun and all the tourist traffic, I'm sure. So definitely check out Dishoom.
I'm glad you mentioned the number of steps we walk around. We are public transport people in London. We try to keep our phones safe. We try to keep our Oyster cards safe. So while you're looking at these lights, I'm going to give you guys one word only for the vibe that you feel around London at this time of the year. Actually, today, right now, what's that one word you want to say? Ankita.
Croissant.
Croissant.
And some hot chocolate.
And some hot chocolate. Love it.
Homely.
Homely.
Yeah.
Wow.
We were looking at the tree, and especially the people gathered around the tree. It kind of feels like you are in a comfortable place. You are not out of place. You are not a stranger here.
Yeah.
It feels kind of like
Oh, amazing. Lovely, lovely. In fact, there are 54 something languages in which Christmas carols are sung across London, which just gives you an idea of how multicultural it is. And the kind of items Ankita mentioned she cooks, the kind of discoveries that Ananya makes at many Indian restaurants, these are recipes which need real ingredients from India. And you'd be really surprised to find. In fact, when my mum asks me, what do I get you from India? I know, Mum. You've got everything in the shops here. You get everything. London has, half of London anyway is Indians. And 38% of London's properties are purchased by British Indians. Did you know? Here. One word.
Festive. Yeah. Everyone's out and about. Everyone's happy. There's lights. And like I said, a little bit of, everyone has a smile on their face after a couple of months of kind of cold and hardship. So definitely festive.
Festive until the 2nd of January.
Until the 2nd,
when you have to report to work.
Forget about it until next year.
Exactly. Your word.
I'd say magical, because I grew up watching a lot of Christmas movies, a lot of which were set in London and the UK. So each year when Christmas rolls around and I see all these lights put up and these massive Christmas trees at Trafalgar Square and Covent Garden and elsewhere, I'm just I can't believe I'm here. It's almost surreal that I am. But I would say magical.
Lovely, adorable. Thank you so much, guys. I could keep going on, but obviously I have other people to speak to, and I'm going to get you glimpses of Yorkshire. But you guys were lovely. Enjoy your Christmas time. Enjoy spreading food, spreading love, bringing us so much great information, which we all absorb. Thank you so much, all of you, for being here, and Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
looking at London through the eyes of people who live here, people who create content for Londoners, and for people who are living beyond London is another magical way of discovering London. And I'm realizing that this year, as I report Christmas, Gunjan Sood runs this Instagram profile called Gunjan Sood Official.
Yes.
And you have a few thousands of followers.
Yes.
And Gunjan is bringing us all the lights and the love that London has to offer with her digital content.
Yes.
And also joining us is Gunjan's partner, Atik, who's an IT consultant. Thank you for joining us.
Pleasure.
Do you get dragged along to all the events that she goes to and bringing lights on?
Only when there's free food.
I like your strategy. And we also have little Arik here.
Arik, yeah.
Arik has a Christmas hat on. He did smile at me a while ago. But say hi to Arik, little Arik there, who's a Londoner now and quite loving the vibe, I must say.
Yes, he is.
We're coming to you from Covent Garden, and you can tell with all the vibe and the magic that this is a Christmas midday afternoon with the kind of crowd. Gunjan, your favorite spot in London in this time of the year?
At this time of the year, I would say my favorite spot is Cartier.
Right.
The Ralph Lauren coffee shop. It's such a classic.
Yes.
You can just sit there, although it's very difficult to grab a seat. But I have some tips on my account how to grab a seat. So I think just sit there, relax, people watching, having your coffee, and just looking at the beautiful decor, the Cartier showroom, so classic, so like magnificent. It's amazing.
It's amazing. And when you have so many visitors coming to London every year to look at the lights,
Yeah.
it's a big deal to do a light
Definitely.
trail. How do you plan the light trail? Is it a personal experience that you enjoy first and then you decide, okay, this is what I've noticed, this is what I like, and now I'm going to drop a trail for people to follow? Or is it strictly work? I'm going to take it up as a project. Lights keep changing each year, so let me do the trail. Tell us the process.
I think for me, I started because I was really passionate about like exploring London, and that's how I started as a hobby. And then obviously it became a profession with time. But whatever I suggest to people, it usually comes from my own personal experience because I don't want them to experience something I haven't. So it's mostly authentic. So what I do is we have planned, we also run a YouTube channel. So we did a walking route of London once, and we just uploaded that, as simple as it. And people loved it. And even for the Christmas light trail, we have done a walking route of 60 minutes, full one-day tour, so people can select and see how they want to go about it. But it's usually baby friendly because now we have a baby, so we have to think about those points as well. So yeah, usually I recommend from my own personal experience.
Okay, is it easy, Atik, being a very busy person's partner, to be able to either tag along where it can be fun most times because there are so many amazing experiences, and at some times you're like, oh God, that's a lot of edit to do. When will I get my parathas, or am I going to cook again today?
It's usually spaghettis instead of parathas. No, it's see, as you introduce ourselves, right? It's all about partnership. So if she's doing her bit, I have to do my bit. She supports me a lot, and wherever I need to step up, I need to step up. It's as simple as that.
Absolutely, absolutely. Do you cook good spaghetti?
Oh, he does.
I'd like to take some credit. Yes, I do.
I
She
can
says.
eat every day, but he doesn't make it every day. That's a different story.
Well, we have to step up, don't we?
Yeah.
At some point, we have to do the cooking at some point. Now, the London Trail is fascinating. By just looking at your Insta page, I can tell that you really believe in bringing the lights of London. Through this experience, Gunjan, what has London meant to you over years? Have you felt something's changed, something moves internally within you when you do these light trails? Or is it a project, is it work, is it magical and just beautiful? What is the personal connection you have?
I think the personal connection I have is when I came to London, I was in a situation where I couldn't enjoy London that much because I had my own personal battles like employment and of course settling here. But with time, I started exploring London more, and I'm so grateful that how this city has accepted me. It's not because they say that you can accept London, but London might not accept you. So I think I have been really lucky in that sense that the city has accepted me with like open arms,
yeah.
and that's my way of giving back to the city, I feel. And whatever I do, wherever I go, I think I genuinely see the beauty in London, and I try to capture that because I think your eyes capture the beauty much better than a phone.
Yes.
So I cannot justify that on the phone, but I try my best to capture the city in its raw form, and it's as beautiful as it is. Of course, there are some cons as well, but every city has their
Its cons.
pros and cons.
Yeah.
So I think for me, it's more of a personal, that's how my personal connection is, that the city has accepted me beautifully, and I'm so lucky, touch wood, and I'm just giving back. I'm just doing my bit.
Well, keep that beautiful content coming. We love
you so
watching it.
much.
And thank you so much for the partnership, because we all are beneficiaries of the love and the affection that you guys have to share. Merry Christmas, guys.
Merry
Same to you.
Christmas, Merry
Merry
Christmas.
In Britain, November, December, even up to early January, very few cities can capture the spirit of Christmas like York City does. Right behind me is York Minster, which is one of the most famous churches in the city, in all of Britain, but in York itself, it's just so festive this time round. There is something special about the air here in York. Carol filled in the airs, crisp winter air, traditional historic streets of Yorkshire, people playing music and Christmas carols on the street, like I said, lots and lots and lots of tourists. The lights are just magical, and above everything, the medieval walls speak a lot of history. In this episode, we bring you some glimpses from the city of York, which is very, very special, very loved by many Britons. And here is a little glimpse of just why so many visitors come back to York City around Christmas. I think I'm with an important person here in York. Ali, who I've just made friends with, is sitting right opposite York Minster, which is one of the most beautiful, picturesque churches I've seen in England. And just here in the center of York, with all the lights and the traditional Christmassy magic in the air, he's spreading joy. Ali?
Oh, well, I hope I am, yes.
Yes, I think so. I thought you were fantastic. Thank you for that
Thank you
tune.
very much. Thank you, yes. I'm trying to churn out the Christmas tunes and the carols at this time of the year.
How long have you been doing it?
As in years or
Yes, how many years?
quite a few years. I don't want to tell you really.
How are your fingers doing?
Cold?
I thought so. But despite those cold and frozen fingers, might I tell you, you're adding so much warmth
Well,
in
thank
the
you
air.
very much.
What's your favorite Christmas memory?
My favourite Christmas memory.
Or what does
gosh.
Christmas mean to you?
What does Christmas mean to me? I'm afraid darkness, cold, damp, but also drinking and quite a bit of having nice nights out and like meeting up with people, and then family arguments, just the usual thing really.
All things chaotic during Christmas.
Yes.
And are you local to York?
I'm a York man.
If you had to speak to our audience and tell them a little bit about Christmas in York, what's the spirit like? What would you say?
It's very busy, which is a good thing. The York Christmas market is so busy, but equally it's better than being empty, and I don't know really. I think it's trying to be like Germany, you know, with the like German Christmas markets.
Yes, the chalet.
It's a good time for busking, which is what I do.
Do you have a message for Christmas for people?
Merry Christmas, everybody!
And you, Ali, Merry Christmas.
Thank you.
Thank you. Enjoy your evening.